I'm looking for a girlfriend. You must be Christian and you must be under 32. Is it okay that I smell you real quick?
I mean, these screenshots of his convos with different girls is circulating the internet. But when I read them, I'm like, damn, this guy is just an alpha male.
No, not good enough. And I've created a specific email. It's girlfriend@jeremyfragrance.com.
Now, if you couldn't tell, I'm so excited to be talking about this video. I'm practically shaking. Jeremy Fragrance is someone that needs no introduction. I've even done a video on him over a year ago called The Most Insane Man on TikTok. And I think a year later, he still holds that title incredibly well. Now, Jeremy Fragrance is back with power to settle down and now find a girlfriend. Now, he's done this quite a lot in the past. When reviewing fragrances, he'd have an epiphany about the need for a girlfriend. And you can even tell from his constant interactions flirting with fans.
So you are these typical stunning woman, they call it in America.
Can we buy you
Nice to meet you.
Can we buy you a drink?
Well, I don't know yet.
We're going. You don't know yet?
You possibly later we see us again. Bye. Is it okay that I smell you real quick?
Yeah, I mean,
You don't have a fragrance on.
I applied it so long ago. It's Santa Maria Novella.
Ah, I've been there in Florence.
It's right there, actually.
It's the oldest Italian fragrance brand. Very nice.
Yes. Okay.
She's very pretty and she approached me and I think you're wearing the Mugler angel. No? The alien? Or La Vie est Belle?
Yes, one. That's
La
one.
Vie est Belle. And another one?
Yes.
Ah, she's mixing a fragrance, so what is the other one?
It's Chanel.
Coco Mademoiselle?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow, thank you. So let's do a picture.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, what you doing?
Okay, what is the fragrance that you're wearing? Nothing, right?
Yes, right.
Why?
I forgot.
Still a very attractive woman.
Thank
Wow.
you very much.
And you know, maybe he can get with someone that's a heavy follower of Jesus Christ, and then also help him film neurotic TikToks where he eats incense.
Number one fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus.
I think one of his most recent things that happened that I love is like he shouts so much that he loses a tonsil stone. It just comes right out of his mouth, and he's even shocked at what it was.
Power! What was that? Was that something out of my nose? Oh, I coughed something out while screaming power. I'm sorry. Well, that was a bit ugly, but okay. This is the fragrance where my famous video.
Now, like I said earlier, Jeremy is not a new character in the pyrocynical cinematic universe, but if you're not familiar with him, he's basically Homelander, but instead of shooting people randomly, he'd shoot them if you had a bad perfume.
No, not good enough. Yes, this is good enough.
Now, one thing I found very strange about Jeremy Fragrance is he constantly mentions that he is a sober person. He does not dabble with any kind of drugs. He might drink occasionally, but that's it, which personally I find very hard to believe, especially given his personality. I mean, I'd say he has the same energy as like IShowSpeed, right? But IShowSpeed, he's 20. When you're 20, you're young, you still got all that energy and stuff. But Jeremy is 35 years old. The funny thing is, I'm actually looking right now I'm looking at Jeremy Fragrance's age, and it comes up. People also search for Anthony Starr, who played Homelander. And then Jeremy Allen White, who was in The Bear, which the entire show is basically, someone asked me to make a grilled cheese sandwich. No. And like any YouTuber that specializes in something, of course he has his own merch. So Jeremy Fragrance, if you couldn't tell from the name, reviews fragrances. And now he has his own line of fragrances. But the real question is, what's been happening with Jeremy recently that everyone's talking about him? Well, like I said earlier, Jeremy, you know, he wants to settle down, have a girlfriend. So he thought to himself, instead of going around the dating scene, you know, a bit of Bumble, bit of Hinge, bit of Tinder, maybe even a bit of Grindr, instead, he has chose to open an email and anyone can publicly submit in the chance of starting a relationship with him. So the email is on screen right now, girlfriend@jeremyfragrance.com. That's not a leak or anything. He has publicly put that out there. So, you know, the 3 women that watch this channel, I don't know, you might have a chance with him.
So I'm looking for a girlfriend. You must be Christian and you must be under 32. I was thinking 35, but let's say under 32. And I've created a specific email called girlfriend@jeremyfragrance.com. So this is a serious inquiry from my side. I'm interested in a girlfriend. You must be Christian and you must be under 32 years old. It's girlfriend@jeremyfragrance.com.
He basically wants to set up his own version of Love or Host. You might remember like when they had like YouTubers and stuff with a bunch of like e-girls, and then they whittled them down to eventually just, you know, a partner or a suitor. And that in of itself was basically just stolen from The Bachelor. So I thought we'd take a little trip and look at the requirements that Jeremy Fragrance wants for a partner. So before you even send the application, just to let you know, he is looking for a Christian woman under the age of 32 years old. One thing I'm really surprised at is the fact that he's not mentioning that the girl must have a specific scent, because usually, if anything, the guy is the master of fragrances, so you don't think he'd care about anything more than how a girl would smell. It's interesting though, because there was a previous interview that was pulled up when he was asked like what his ideal woman would be, and he basically said he wanted to date someone normal, not like a celebrity or anything like that, but just like a normal home wife.
Both my parents are from Poland. I'm born in Germany, but my parents from Poland are focused on family, and the girls are so feminine and sexy, but super strong, and support the man as a backbone. Because I learned in a book that the huge guys, in the terms of popularity, let's say, like Napoleon or Henry Ford, they didn't have the so-called Playboy model woman as a wife. They had the good normal woman in the background. And I said, oh, good. I don't have to have a social media Playboy TikTok girl as a girlfriend, because this, I'm already doing that. In the evening, I want to cuddle and just, sometimes I just look at the wall and regenerating my receptors for the next day. And in the evening with the girl or with my wife in the future, I don't want to talk about TikTok and I also don't want her to be a New York City CEO power woman. I don't like that. I'm already this type of guy. So let's do plus and minus and accompany each other.
Which is really interesting, because I think like Jeremy's public persona does not give off that vibe at all, that he wants to settle down calmly. But, you know, I respect it. I think a lot of people forget that, like, you know, e-celebs, actual celebrities, YouTubers, streamers, the way they appear on camera is not the way that they appear off camera. I mean, with me, for example, right? Like on camera and stuff, I try to be like high energy and talk a lot. But, you know, like in person, I would definitely say I'm a lot more introverted. That's the same for pretty much most people that work in the entertainment industry, because they put so much energy into being on camera. Once the cameras are off, it's like, oh, thank God, is that over? Jesus. Now, to no one's surprise, because Jeremy was such a rizz king, he received over 4,000 emails of women who were interested in talking to him within 3 days of sharing the email address. Now, I think in a lot of situations, people kind of do this as a meme and they don't actually sort through, you know, thousands and thousands of applications. But again, we are talking about Jeremy Fragrance here. So what he actually started doing, and I'll be honest, I don't even think the guy had a team. I think he was just doing this all on his own volition. He started responding to some of the miladies. But obviously, as what happens on the internet, anything said or done on there stays up there immortalized forever. So a lot of the women thought it'd be funny to share their conversations that they had with Jeremy. And then we finally got a look into how Jeremy Fragrance performs the ritual of rizz. So again, like I said, after he announced that he was doing the, the girlfriend application competition, he started replying to some women, and said women took it upon themselves to leak their Snapchat conversations with him. And I think it's easy to write off a lot of these women as just like clout chasers. They've got nothing to lose. They get to leak emails and messages from one of the biggest content creators on TikTok. But reading between the lines, the demands and desires that Jeremy has, they're definitely up there. So the first thing Jeremy does, which is actually pretty smart, to verify if the woman is legit, is to film a video of themselves saying Jeremy Fragrance's name, because then you confirm two things, right? Like, it's not a catfish, and also this is a real person, not an AI.
Hi, Sophia. I asked for a video of you. Can you send me a video of you saying something like, "Hi, Jeremy"?
Again, you could just lie and say like you've got your mate or someone else to do it, but still, like, it whittles down a lot of fake applicants. And then if he thinks you're rizz material, he might compliment you. Maybe he might even ask to chat with you over FaceTime, or maybe even in person. Or maybe he just wants to compliment how beautiful you are.
On, for example, also to you, my day was very good. And of course, now it would be interesting to see you in person, Rory. That would be the next stage for us.
He might even get a little bit more flirty and talk about how said woman might have given him a feeling down here in his Johnson.
I got totally seeing your face and seeing you talk.
Even at some points asking if the girls have got plastic surgery because they appear to him to be just that beautiful.
You look so visually so good, but did you do any type of plastic surgery on you?
So one thing that Jeremy likes to do, he wants to get straight to the point. There's no kind of like playing around, no small talk. He is definitely trying to whittle down those 4,000 applicants to find his ideal woman. So again, we're about 10 minutes into the video. I'm sure you understand by now that Jeremy is quite an unfiltered person. So he is not afraid of like sharing his own messages as well. Asking said women to have like, explicit images of themselves.
Later, without the top that you're wearing now, would be an interesting picture, Corey.
Impressive, I like that. And I see it as a bonus, although it's not a must that a woman is still a virgin. But I like that. And is it possible at your age that you're still a virgin, Maria? And if not, it's also 100% okay.
Now, again, these messages can be a bit weird, but, who isn't weird in the bedroom? And also, I think we kind of knew what Jeremy was doing here because, again, he works perfectly off kind of viral marketing, and everyone is talking about him right now because of how he's trying to rizz up women. Now, there was an account that was made called Jeremy Fragrance Exposed, and I think this person was trying to claim that, like, they were 18 and he was 35. And they say, so about that, my mom is dead and I don't really have any pics with her. I have baby pics. Okay, I would like to kiss you. I'd like that too. And I want to kiss you with tongue and grab your hair. Do you want that too, Lindsay? And then totally off. And can I ask if I could lift you with my strong arms while you don't wear clothes, and then kiss you and lift you? Oh god, that was a bit too close to home for me. I'm actually getting my response flashbacks to this. Oh my god. And then kiss you and lift you while you don't wear clothes up and down on me. Is that an okay idea for you, Lindsay? Send video back of you pretty and desired to be kissed by handsome man, Lindsay. Haha. Hold on, I look bad right now. I would still kiss you. Would you want that, Lindsay? What does abusive mean in this case, Lindsay? Every sense of the word. But what is the meaning of that? What is the situation that happened? He'd hit me, kick me out, force me to have sex. Crazy. I know, right, lol? It's unpleasant for me to talk about sexual things with you now, Lindsay. It's totally okay. I've grown from it. If you're uncomfy with it, we totally don't have to. Can you show me some pictures so I'm comfortable? That I know you trust me? Stuff that's on your camera roll, Lindsay. So that conversation there just seems to be the worst thing imaginable. Like Jeremy Fragrance trying to rizz her up, and she's basically just kind of like semi-trauma dumping on him, and then she ended up leaking the entire conversation anyway. And then she did like a final expose TikTok, basically just saying that, Jeremy wanted me to send videos. I didn't want to, and he unadded me.
Why'd I do it? Because it's funny. Why'd you do him like that? You have 10 million followers, post a girlfriend application, and expect girls to not do it because it's fun? Be so for real. You know what you were getting into. You're not getting a real girlfriend out of a girlfriend application. Yes, I'm 18. I'm legal. It doesn't matter that I'm 18. Yes, 18 and 36 is a crazy age difference. Another thing I see is people are like, there's no way Jeremy Fragrance went for her. It's not a big deal. May not be your type, but whatever.
Now, Jeremy has caused a giant schism in the TikTok community. All the women basically label him as an absolute creep, and then all the men are calling him a Chad for how direct he's being to women.
Seeing all of these Jeremy Fragrance leaks has just made me an even bigger fan of him. But when I read them, I'm like, damn, this guy is just an alpha man. I don't know about you guys, but this man is a straight G. He does not give a shit about being cool or talking in slang. He says it how it is, bro.
And you're probably thinking, has Jeremy actually acknowledged any of these videos? You know, has he sat down, has he talked about it, said maybe he went a little bit too far, or this situation isn't true and he has receipts? No, nothing. He's still doing like normal videos, you know, him dancing around, like running in a Speedo, licking perfume bottles, even one with like a horse peeing.
Smell of horse smells like in a zoo. Smells a bit like in a zoo and very much similar to what I known to the horse smell, which means earthy, animalic, musky. Okay.
He really doesn't care. This is like an entire side gig that, you know, he's focusing on, but he knows it's not making him money. I mean, I've even seen people compare it to the Cody Ko situation, even though I don't think it's anywhere near as bad because this wasn't someone that was underage. And also keep in mind as well what Jeremy Fragrance has done. Nothing has actually happened as opposed to the allegations against Cody Ko. But basically, long story short, Cody, since allegations of him have dropped, he's totally disappeared. The last time he appeared was like at a DJ set that I think was like a contract or something. But with Cody, the allegations are a lot more serious, obviously, but he as well hasn't actually responded. But I don't know why people drew those comparisons because Jeremy Fragrance is still posting. Cody Ko has completely dipped from the internet. I've heard through the grapevine he's choosing not to respond to it because it might mess up getting his like citizenship for America, because he's originally Canadian and he's looking at moving down to America. So, you know, that might mess up the application process, you know, because they do background checks on people and stuff like that. But as well, he might still legitimately be doing a response. Now, I've been looking through Jeremy's catalog of TikToks because he does post quite a lot. I mean, at the minute, it's basically just, you know, Bible quote, man and woman belong together. What a brave statement there. What a brave statement there. In Christian marriage, let no man separate what God brought together. And then there's just him doing, you know, like little funny dances. His entire room looks like the White Company. If you don't know the White Company, they just sell like household stuff and that, and it's like all just the color white. That's the entire point. But these aren't even videos, they're just pictures. Wait, he posted all these? Like, look at this. Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. He's actually spam posting 24 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago, 51, 50, an hour, an hour, an hour, an hour, an hour. How is he posting this much? Look, 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Oh my God. He's actually okay. I thought slop was bad. He's posting like 21 TikToks a day. What's 9 plus 10? 21.
You stupid.
But yeah, it's just one of those weird situations where I think, again, like, you know, women are going to basically think he's like, you know, preying on women, and then men are going to think that he's based, and then you're just going to have all the people in between. But genuinely, I do think like this whole email thing, it's not for Jeremy to prey on people. I genuinely think he's just that like unhinged that his brain would think that this is the only way that this could work in him getting a partner. And the problem is as well, you're gonna have loads of women that contact him that are just gonna use him for clout, definitely. But also at the same time as well, I think he does know what he's doing in the sense of like, you know, because so many people are talking about him now because of this. I'm talking about him now because of this. But yeah, the Jeremy Fragrance situation is truly insane. All I'm gonna say, if any of you ever meet him in person, just don't tell him that you wear Dior Sauvage. Don't, because he will have a mental breakdown.